They learned how to be bosses from Joe Budden.
Psychotic break. I like that too.
Psychotic break.
I like that
is
too.
a good one.
So Rory and Mal hold them out pretty much to elevate their podcast and then dump them before the new deal. Let's just play that one more time just to make sure I get in my right mindset so I can fry these.
He doesn't normally wear shit.
Like, niggas don't check emails, Julian. What the fuck are you talking about?
So you can criticize me, but I can't criticize you. That's what this is.
I'm just
You
saying.
hear what you're saying right now?
Yeah.
This ain't shit I'm talking about. Rory and Mal take shots at Julian again on the Something Wrong with the Punani podcast. Oh, you know what?
Something wrong with the podcast.
Okay, let me start over.
Get excited, nigga.
Something wrong with the podcast.
Yeah, Rory and Mal took shots at Julian on their Patreon episode.
Yeah.
And
made you pay for the diss.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Okay.
where it started. And it was like Rory said something along the lines of, you know, those people that you hire and they want you to, you know, clap, clap, applaud for every little thing that they do, even though that's what they were hired to do. They take a little jabs and shit.
Yeah.
This is what finally made Julian snap, because Julian dropped his podcast post breakup. He did the whole rollout.
Yeah.
Had the marketing pretty tight, pretty clean around it. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, you guys know me from here. This is my. All the promo was great for the rollout of the show. I did forget this podcast existed.
Yeah.
Until this moment again.
He's like 20-something episodes deep, right?
This is episode 20, I think. Yeah. So I did forget this podcast existed. I said on the first podcast, it had potential just because it was so many like bites. I thought this podcast would do well, less of a long form, but more of like a lot of fucking reels. Just because like even the way he was like structuring the topics, it was like, it wasn't no real flow because there's nobody for him to have a conversation with.
Yeah.
It was like, okay.
Which is hard.
Yeah, so it's like, this is what we going to next. Like, so it would have been good for a lot of clips and Instagram shit like that. But this made him, I think it's important to get the visual on him.
I got you.
Because this is what made him put the black hoodie and the sunglasses on and say, you know what, I've had it with these fucking.
I'm using that timestamp too, right?
So
I think we should start from the beginning because he kind of gets cracking immediately.
Yeah.
Right after the intro. He kind of goes right into it, but go ahead.
I was just about to say that timestamp is around because this whole like, I don't know what you would even call this. What do you call when people like
debacle?
Yeah, but when you're just spazzing out by yourself.
Crash out.
Crash out.
Yeah.
Let's call it crash out.
But there's something a little bit more tame than crash out.
Meltdown.
Meltdown. That's perfect, nigga.
Meltdown.
This meltdown, a lot of it had to do with their laziness. What?
Psychotic break. I like that too.
Psychotic break.
I like that
is
too.
a good one. Psychotic break might be a better one.
I'm getting that from this.
I do
Is
get
it that deep or is it just a temper tantrum?
No.
temper tantrum is a good one.
Temper tantrum because it's
I want to get in on this. Hold up.
Yeah, think of something.
Let me get in on this shit. But nah, this whole thing, he made it a big deal about, look, Rory and Mal were like lazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't respond to emails. That we had business meetings like weekly that nobody showed up for.
Mal was late.
And that first time stamp, we're not about to listen to it now, but the introduction between him and Damaris, it was kind of like how we talk about F-Mac, how like one day he showed up and he was just in Lauren's chair.
Yeah,
and it was like, wait, who was this?
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
and it was like,
Fuck, nigga.
they, yeah.
Fuck is this just sitting in my seat?
And Julian
Get no
whole
real
point,
intro.
and I don't know if he tried to make himself feel like a victim, but his whole point was that they instantly pit themselves against each other.
Right. The way that they set the culture up with his introduction to even the Rory Mal podcast.
Yeah.
It was set up tumultuous because he had job responsibilities that
What'd you say?
tumultuous. Said it correct. Like
Tumultuous.
that. Tumultuous.
Tumultuous.
No, you're
Well,
all
the more you
fucking
say,
up.
And now
the more
I'm
you
fucking
fuck
up.
up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me not say it again.
Y'all just leave
Tumultuous.
that word alone.
The only reason I
You
would
like that
only
shit,
reason I
don't
said it is because this nigga said it.
It's a great
I wouldn't
word.
even use
Ignorance
it.
is
Like,
contagious,
great
right?
word.
You don't even know what that means.
I do know what it means.
What does it mean?
Every Mary J. Blige song.
Google it.
Let's go.
Keisha Cole. But also,
Keisha Cole, too.
when he came into the Rory Mal podcast, he had job responsibilities that she had, Baby D,
Yeah.
Damaris. And the introduction was really rough to where it was like they gave him more responsibility than her. Also, something that's important to note, they lowered her pay. It's up immediately.
Yeah.
So you hired a new nigga. He got some of the job responsibilities that I currently had. I really wasn't briefed that he was going to be having the job responsibilities that I had, and you lowered my pay. So his intro to the group was horribly done.
It was terrible.
But let's watch the beginning of this because he starts right with what Rory and Maul say, which is pretty much important.
You want me to skip the intro?
Play the intro. I kind of like it.
All right.
Something wrong with the pussy. Something wrong with the pussy.
You can show this too.
Something wrong with the pussy.
Me somebody that like brags about shit they supposed to do. Like, nah, no. You don't get like credit for doing what you was hired for. This is what you get paid for to do this. Why are you throwing this in my face like you did something that you weren't asked to do? Just sit there and go, I did this. And it's like, nah, no, that was the agreement. Should I like give you a big hug because you did what you were supposed to do?
Nah, you got to put their name like in lights and like every day they walk and have balloons for them.
Let's play that one more time.
Me somebody that like brags about shit they supposed to do. Like, nah, no, why I did this.
That psychotic break energy. Let's just play that one more time. Just make sure I get in my right mindset so I can fry these fuck niggas. You know
He doesn't normally wear shades either, right?
No.
He don't want us to see his pupils.
You normally see his
He don't want us to
retired,
see his
drugged out
tears.
eyes. For sure.
I don't like.
You didn't like this?
It's just something about like always punching last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
It's something sad about that. Like, why aren't you throwing the punch first? He tried to do that when he first started this, because then the first episode was just about, hey, fuck them.
That's still a
Like,
retaliation, though.
He kind of tried to.
Yeah, exactly.
He tried to play as far away from it as he could without immediately going here with just straight insults and shit like that.
Yeah.
But this was the episode that finally made him be like, all right, fuck him. Like, I'm going all the way in, opening the book.
He moved to the dark side.
Right. Before he would try to do it in a professional manner because he was also rolling out a new show that he was trying to get sponsorships for, all that good shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know.
He doesn't know. Starting the show off with hate is just good for ratings.
This is a 35 segment in a podcast. So it's like he kind of, he ripped off the sleeves.
The Band-Aid.
So where's the meltdown?
We'll go ahead and keep going.
Oh yeah, go to
5.
Wait, you said he starts right after this, don't he?
Go to like 4. Go to 4.
You can tell he's collecting his thoughts right now.
Should we hear what
It's
he has to
probably
say
even-
right here, or should you want me to switch? Because I'm thinking.
Let's get into the heat of this shit, dog.
Let's go to 4.
Let's get into the heat of this.
Listen to me, Lauren.
It's hard. Because y'all just said it starts
Lauren,
right after.
Hey, Lauren, do you want to be Kirk?
Rory, like you're fumbling through a BetterHelp script when it's clear your therapy is just about as effective as Maul's diet. 'Cause at one point, I was the person that Rory in particular felt comfortable confiding in with his fractured relationships with everybody on our team. And then at some point, in walks Maul. Here comes the elevator doors swing open. Maul walks in 2 hours later as if nothing happened. And when I started on this show, I had spent so much time committing to a company, committing to guys that weren't ever really committed to the company or the work at hand themselves.
I think that was the main thing, though. Like, I think the
right
Maul
there.
and diet line. I mean, the whole confiding. Yeah, y'all were good friends, man. That happens.
So this is still in the cutout part, right?
You can start it right here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
He was
go
more
to
committed than the captains of the ship.
yeah.
go to
Was
about like 7:45, Lauren. I want to see if I still got it. I remember watching this shit. It might be a little bit too early, but he starts to just talk about the laziness of Maul. Really shit that we all kind of knew.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
We knew everything that he said.
The only
Like
thing that-
Rory's a
yeah.
little emotional, kind of, but
Right.
he's kind of cool. But
The mayors talk a lot.
the mayor's
They know
talking
the
about-
email that I'm referring to because they just chose to ignore it. They never read it. But this email, I got responses to it. I sent it in February. We got around to it in August. So, I felt loved and appreciated along that 6 months. That was the reason why I put up with a lot of shit. But that was the ultimate slap in the face. And that's true. These comments, everyone spends time shitting on people that imagine listening to a podcast and then commenting about podcasts. Oh, these fucking losers. These people care, and they care about us, and they care about our lives, and they can also read between the lines and understand what the fuck is actually going on. A lot of these comments are pretty fucking spot on. My role, if you're a listener, you can even track it, changed dramatically from when I first came onto the show to where it ended up. I'm not going to bring in numbers. We can go there if we want. I don't plan on it. When I had my New Year's Eve story, brought in a significant spike to the Patreon. none of which I was, saw any more money of, which again wasn't in my contract. I wasn't cut or owed any bit of Patreon at that time, nor did I ask for any money from that at that time. I was just very happy to contribute to the show in a very big way.
Pause.
Fast forward.
And now skip 2 minutes. Is that fair though? He's being sarcastic, but he's kind of being an asshole too. Like it's what I did for the company. I spiked this shit up, and I ain't even asked for it. I'm a good dude. Do y'all?
It's not fair on the surface, but it's just a pile on of he didn't feel appreciated.
Yeah,
like he felt like he was more of an asset than they saw him as. And they learned how to be bosses from Joe Budden, which is like learning math from like an OnlyFans bitch. It's like,
yeah,
that's not the best sensei.
So what would have been the right thing to do?
On whose part? On
yes,
on him bringing a spike to it. You know the answer, you just don't want to say it. I feel like every time something like this and something that we're reviewing comes up, there's this like gray area where like something like this will come up where he brought in a viral moment that spiked the Patreon and he didn't get any revenue from it. And y'all might view it as like bad business or he could have done that.
No. Okay. I literally said that is just one of the things that's on the bigger pile of I don't feel appreciated here.
And even
not to say that he deserves direct compensation for that specifically, but it's just like, I work harder than Damaris, I work harder than Maul.
Yeah.
It's certain shit that's not even on my thing to do, like bring more attention and more viral content, but I've been doing that.
Why was there such a long pause when I asked the question?
Because
I didn't understand the question at first, dog. You're real elusive.
Yes, and
you're a sneaky guy.
Yeah,
there's always a catch. I'm like,
was it confused?
I didn't hear the question because I was thinking too much in my head about stuff already.
But and also, we care about the creative arts, but nigga, we're still on the side of like, nigga, you got yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
You kind of have to sit in that. Even with last week, we was talking about math and ESO. Like, ESO and Heineken fucked up. It's not all the math fault. Like
nobody said that last week.
I said that. We said that.
Everybody said that.
We was like. It's kind of ironic.
I remember I asked last week.
I thought we agreed on that.
I
asked.
Agreed because
we all agreed on that.
You had literally
3 people on the show.
You had literally pinpointed off of something I said. And you was like, it's everybody's fault because it's like, they signed bad contracts, but math is a bad leader.
I literally said that
off of something I said. But
oh my god,
we're team. We're a team.
Dog, come on.
We're all a team.
God damn it, nigga.
I remember I was asking. Why is it standard business practice to not have talent all over the place? Nobody can answer that question.
Well, now that's a completely different issue.
To not have talent all over the place. What do you mean?
That's a completely different issue.
From what we were talking about last week.
Just because it's standard business practice to extort niggas throughout perpetuity, throughout the universe, doesn't mean you have to.
But my question was, why do you think it's like that though?
Because
you think the standard business practice is extortion?
The entertainment industry is predatory.
Man, I remember a couple weeks ago, you refused to believe the industry was fully predatory. I remember that shit vividly.
Crazy. That don't even sound like me, dog.
It does sound like you.
I know
always.
Wait,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I vividly remember that shit.
About the,
so I can't believe you just said that. Just
you remember so vividly. Explain it.
Well, you talking about
remember
who
you
didn't
were saying,
get fucked by the industry?
Yeah, like you were pretty much saying
nigga, that was last week.
No, it wasn't. No,
I know what it is.
When we were saying who gave their ass the kiss of the industry and still made it in the industry.
Was it that? That wasn't last week. That wasn't last week.
Nigga,
no, that was I think that was last week.
That was last week.
It might have been the one before. But it's essentially I've had this conversation before.
Maximum.
Where it's like AJ is on the side of like everything is grimy, and you're on the side of hey, not everything is grimy.
That's
well,
what
no,
it was.
usually
That's what it
AJ
was.
defends grime, and then niggas like us would be like, yeah, it's all right to say shit is grimy.
Yeah, that happens too.
That happens
too.
That's not what he just said though.
But it doesn't matter. They're both correct.
Oh, okay.
Joe Budden
both
tactics.
stand. They both
Move
stand.
the goalpost.
Real time.
Is that not what happens?
Yeah, but what's going on?
No,
with
there's no point in inserting what you just replied.
So you can criticize me, but I can't criticize you. That's what this is.
No, you're moving the goalposts in your favor without finishing what we were.
I honestly said the same thing that y'all did. It's just flip perspective. It's the same dynamic every conversation. But it's just from on our end. It looks like you defend bullshit.
Y'all are the same. Let's play the video.
No, but going back to
segue.
the
It's a good part.
Go ahead.
It's a good part.
Is this what you want to play?
Yeah.
All right.
You just skipped
For me at
2
the
minutes.
time, I just want to throw something out there to be like, I'm glad I'm not in this phase of my life. Obviously, that got a lot of attention from the community, and then someone sent me the video to the one that I played at the beginning of this episode of Rory and Maul having that cute little back and forth about me needing to be, celebrated, sucked off and hugged with balloons and greeted every day. And it really like was a gut punch because, I mean, we don't even need to talk about the situation, like the other situations and everything else that I've gone through in this fucking at that show. But it's so on brand to think that that's the very thing in which led to this split or led to the downfall was me needing to be championed at all times. It couldn't be further from the truth. If by champion you mean paying me what I'm worth, that would have been a great start. I would have been able to put up with, because I know how this is going to go. I love Nathan Fielder. I've been watching the rehearsal. Let's do some Nathan Fielder method, aka role playing. If you're not familiar with the Fielder method, I know how this is going to go. This comes out on Tuesday today. If you're listening, obviously, they're going to come into the studio. Well, now when I was there, they recorded 3 days a week. I still think it's 3 days a week, but say Wednesday or.
This was a very simple thing at this whole breakup. This is a very simple thing to me. He stopped respecting them because of their work ethic.
Yeah.
That's it.
He got him so fired.
And as a person who does like some behind the scenes stuff a lot, like, and as anybody you all here have edited stuff before, the kind of grind and effort you have to put in to edit things consistently, like to sit there behind a team of people and do things and make that shit run a certain way, and then watch them not do anything, like even if it's something different, just to watch them not hustle and expect everything to come through you. It's like, I don't mind doing that, but I want to see you hustle too. If we're on a team, I don't mind doing that. That's my job. But let me see you fucking hustle on your side of the shit, nigga.
Put the same amount of energy.
Yeah.
The nigga tried
that I'm
to
putting into
have
it.
a weekly meeting and nobody cared about it. You know, it was just, I don't know, man.
He didn't have a lot of respect around the office.
Was he doing too much?
Sounded like he was doing what he was getting paid for.
Yeah.
It's just he realized how little they were doing. That's all.
That's all. That's why I said it. Just stop respecting.
Yeah.
But it also seems like he has a feeling of he wasn't properly compensated for what he was putting in either.
Yeah.
So Rory and Maul hold him out pretty much to elevate their podcast and then dumped them before the new deal.
That's how he makes it sound. But
classic
it depends how
pump
much he's
and
getting
dump
paid.
scheme,
We got to figure
AJ.
out the numbers.
Yeah.
They
Because
treated him like a whore.
Because if he was getting paid, solid money, then
and what was Damaris getting paid?
It dropped.
It
whatever
dropped
was.
significantly.
Yeah, but what is that drop? And what was it before? Like,
Oh yeah. That I don't know.
New York, man, you got to pay your producers
Yeah.
a living wage.
Like at least
We
90,000.
live in North Carolina. FMAC can starve. Fuck them.
Yeah.
This nigga work for free.
Nigga, our soil is fertile enough, man. He go out there and grows on cotton.
What? That's
You know
crazy.
what's going on, man.
Don't big up the grime
We
now.
evil, FMAC. We evil.
We hurt people.
We hurt people.
But what else? So I guess Rory and Maul are just as grimy as Joe Budden, I guess. Is that how we sum this up?
They learned from the best.
I do want to say that I think one of the things I stopped giving a fuck about this podcast, I think he started doing live streams of them more. I don't know. It's just like he started doing more lives than podcasts, so I wasn't sure what was coming out.
He pivoted.
It was definitely like more live streams, or he's live streaming the podcast. I don't know. It was just like,
Yeah.
I feel like he didn't stick to his original formula or try to make that better. I feel like he kind of just like had a formula, did it a couple times, and then just like slowly backed into just kind of doing whatever.
He's still probably trying to find his footing. But his background makes me sleepy.
It's very simple.
I feel like that wall is just too bare. Like, and then like he has the monotone speech.
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
doing that, and then he combines that with the boring
And-
ambiance. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking
And,
tired.
for those of you that are tired like Tone, he's angry right now. Like,
Who, me?
No, I'm saying
Julian.
Julian.
Yeah.
He's angry.
This is him on
This
one.
is his angry, like, I just can't believe that they would say something.
Yeah, because y'all
like
started this saying it was
Listen
a
when he's
crash
cooking.
out.
Well,
we
broke it
tried
down.
to find
It started
the
at
word.
crash out, then it went to temper tantrum.
meltdown.
Yeah, meltdown.
It's not even a temper
Temper
tantrum.
tantrum. Yeah, that's not even that, dog.
Psychotic break.
It's not. It's definitely not that.
And psychotic breaks look different on different people.
They do.
It could very
I'm
much
okay
be
with
This is
psychotic
morning.
break.
I feel like this is morning.
I mean, he is in all black with the black shades.
All black shades. And
No,
it
what-
feels like something died.
What the niggas and white chicks say? This is a BF. This is a bitch fit. This is a bitch fit.
Yo, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Nigga, this is a
Bitch fit is
bitch
hilarious.
I
nigga.
don't think
nigga.
he's upset enough a bitch fit.
I think it would be a eulogy
crying.
if he brought the numbers in. Because he's the only one that could see it contractually. They probably got it. He can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he came with actual facts,
Now, that's some
The-
eulogy
the-
type shit right there.
that
though.
paint them
Yeah.
in a different picture.
That's some eulogy. Niggas start dropping your numbers. Let me
Yeah.
tell you what I did when I went viral.
Start breaking NDAs.
This would happen when he went viral. This would happen when I went viral. Boom, bow.
Y'all taking sides?
Damaris. However she feels about this.
Black woman's side.
Yeah.
That's a +4.
Quick with it too.
Yeah, that was
See
quick.
that?
I don't know what to choose
I took
now.
away the option. Don't be like me, nigga. Pick
If I be like you, I'm
you
just
gotta
look
side
fake.
with the ginger because he's still a minority.
I would. I don't know, man, because I don't want to just discredit everything that Julian is saying, even though I do
I think
believe
he's saying
that
a lot of right shit.
even though he put himself in this predicament by wanting more.
That's not really putting yourself in that
that's
predicament.
No, he wanted more, where he should have just stayed stagnant.
He got gluttonous.
He got too much gluttonous.
The greed overtook him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he tried to surpass the master. That's like rule 27 of 48 laws of power, dog.
You gotta
When
wait
do you
before
have-
that.
Just in terms of like,
He was,
all right,
wasn't he there for like 2-3 years?
yeah, but let's be honest, like to what Lauren was saying, he's a workaholic. He's hitting niggas up, emailing niggas for what? Like niggas don't check emails, Julian. What the fuck are you talking about? He's trying to set up meetings that nobody wants to like.
Are you joking? You like
I'm
fucking
being-
with me or are you serious?
I'm being a little bit.
So, yo, be honest,
I'm
dog.
being-
I have to figure out where y'all
You-
stand with this because it's like,
I'm being-
so when does somebody ask for more?
I'm being a little bit real because you have to understand your environment that you in.
Okay.
Like this isn't email and like ask niggas for follow-ups through emails type of environment. You
Why
know what I'm
not?
saying? Because
Rory Mall
it's
show makes at
Maul.
least $200,000 a year.
It absolutely is.
At least, if not, I mean, I feel like I'm
it's-
super lowballing it.
Yeah.
But like, you
You're
know what I'm
putting-
saying?
you're
It's
putting
just 'cause
money-
They should.
They're not
doesn't mean
making
they do.
$20,000 a
You're
year.
putting
Like
money
me-
based on like the amount of money a company earns doesn't mean they're like respected or they run like the amount of money they should like.
Or
You know,
their business is in order. Nigga,
Yeah.
Math Hoffa taught us that shit.
that's what I'm saying.
What does
They-
that have to do with anything though?
That like you can have a successful business on paper, but that doesn't mean you managing it properly.
You're managing it properly.
So is that good? Is that what
That's
is
terrible, dog.
exactly?
That's so bad, nigga.
I'm just saying.
Come on.
I'm just
You don't
saying.
hear what you're saying right now?
Yeah.
This that shit I'm talking about. that shit I'm talking about. This is that shit. Because I'm like,
Got him.
you standing on this shit, and then
But you gotta-
want to go all the way to the end. But it's like, come on, bro. Please just give me one right. Like, what are you doing right now?
Niggas
Joe-
said,
But if I go the other way, I'm the devil.
yeah, you fucking
Like, what the
dog.
fuck? But you standing on this.
Yo, you're older than us, dog. You can't be playing like that.
Yeah, the only way you should move and you
This is crazy.
Good one.
so Nobles, the only way you should move in this environment when you're that up is through email and paper and like text message and all that. You need to be able to
Shut the fuck. Nah, I'm fucking around.
Nigga, no, that's not. First off, that ain't me.
Yo, Google
First off, that
something,
ain't me, nigga. But secondly, you tripping. Like, I mean, I know you playing around a little bit. I know you're playing around a little
You
bit. I know it's a
tripping,
game.
No,
but
I'm playing. Look, I'm playing around, but it's also the side of me, the asshole side, that it's like, dumbass, you put yourself in it. Why? Who cares about emails? Just stop emailing niggas.
So when does he ask for more?
About getting paid.
Those are two different issues.
Yeah,
now
those
you
are
moving
two-
the goalposts.
A little
All right,
bit. Okay,
I'll
now
keep
I'm
with
gonna
the
answer
same
that
goalpost.
question.
Like grooming.
I'm
When
gonna
is,
answer that.
when is it necessary for him to start? What is wrong with him sending emails?
It's okay.
Like,
you're putting.
like what he was describing earlier, it's like, all right, Menace material. I can't even think of an example for us here.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
because
like-
we bought a book. But you don't go to the barbershop. Like back when you was sweeping up hair in the barbershop, right?
Yeah.
You didn't like clock out for break. That's not the kind of environment
didn't
this
clock in
is.
either.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't act like this is a clock in environment and like be by the book when you know that this is a loose barn field.
But
you
real
getting
quick,
paid under the table.
correct. No, he wasn't getting paid under
No,
the
I'm
table.
talking about this nigga.
Oh, okay.
As a
Yeah.
kid,
But in this
sweeping up hair.
case, yes, in that environment, you're getting paid under the table. Yeah, it's not right for you. But when you've brought me in to make it better, your show better as a producer, and I've done 3 years of like actively making your business more money,
I'll answer the question.
bringing the structure around, because the more structured you are, probably the more money you'll make.
Yeah.
When is he out of pocket at this point?
Okay. So
When you make
he's
balls
not
show
out of
up on
pocket
time.
for wanting more money. Want to get that clear. He's very normal. He's a normal person, but
Okay.
the way you do that is you put together your reasons, your value, the
See,
things.
wait, hold on. But this is what I also want you to realize. But this is what I also want you to realize that he does. This is what I also want you to realize. He was driving this. You don't have to answer for him. He can answer all this questions, but he knows you'll just go.
Oh, that's not what I was like.
But so you stop talking and you
nah.
explain what I just did.
Well, hold on.
You answer me.
Well,
Hold on. I
Wait,
don't like the fact that you cut my man's off in the middle
now
of
I have
popping
to
his
shut
shit.
the fuck up just to see him
No,
look stupid.
because he was driving it.
But driving what?
He was a passenger in my car.
No. Well, so he's driving now. Explain your point. Explain your point, nigga.
Look, all I was saying. No, you explain it, nigga.
I honestly don't remember.
Okay,
I
you
was-
both? I know. I remember.
I really
okay. Okay.
I can't explain it.
I
It's
remember.
a slippery slope. But just remind
You
me.
put
I'll bring you back.
together everything that he said in a snarky way.
Yeah.
You put that together in a beautiful piece that, you know, something very simple, big lettering that Maul can read.
Right.
It won't be hard to be confused. No fine print. It's too small. And you put that together like that instead of putting in a video months later, like, if you look at this video in this month, I made this shit spike. Whoa, look at me. No, you should have put that in a nice booklet for them to see. And if they didn't want to oblige by what you had presented, you put you put your balls out,
Okay.
and you let them rock back and forth. If that's what you choose to do.
Let your nut hang.
Yeah. Where exactly is the disagreement?
He's just, I don't think it's a disagreement.
Yeah, no, it's just there's no Well, I don't know.
There was a disagreement.
There
was a
it felt like
disagreement.
there was a point of contention between like what we were saying and what you were saying, and
Like,
I don't
what-
remember.
because we
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
get
It started when I was like,
There
he
was-
kind of
Yeah,
put it.
because the point of contention was y'all were pretty much like this nigga was doing too much by even sending emails, but it's like
right.
So I'm
Call that
asking.
nigga
So
Charles.
when is it okay for a nigga to ask for more when
Okay, look.
when he significantly brought up the value of the business?
What? Put it like this.
That's
Put it
the
like
answer
this.
I'm
Put it
looking
like
for.
this. Put it like this. Put it like this. Hold on. What does FMAC does exactly what he needs to do?
Okay.
Nothing more.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. Like he doesn't try to like fucking do anything extra. It's just
Yeah.
like it's just
right enough.
what we
That doesn't
need.
answer my question,
and
though.
it's I did. What do you want
What
to
was
know?
your question one more time? At what
You
point-
want Tony
at
to
what
answer
point-
your question,
are you
'cause I
asking-
answered it.
Are you asking at what point or how do you do it?
But wait,
At what point?
Oh, so I just asked how you do it. So you want to know what point now?
When
Yes.
you feel like you've earned it.
When you
Feel like you've earned it. When you feel like you've been here long enough, your whatever value that you added
You've
is
seen
like
it.
is obvious.
Right.
It's like, okay, I got here December wooty woo. It is now June or whatever the fuck.
Yes.
all I was asking.
Look at the standard deviation in terms of success.
well, first you asked how you do it. Now you ask
So
when.
I did. I
Now,
never.
was that
I,
not an
I
advocate?
actually never asked how.
But did-
you assumed I asked that? I never asked that.
but does that
Well, I
answer
told
the
you.
But
question?
that goes back to then why is this nigga wrong?
Who said he was wrong?
I was.
He did.
I
Okay,
was
so
saying.
I feel like
first
you,
of all,
I feel like you
gotta
cross
understand-
pollinated things that we agree with because there was some
Y'all,
things we agree with.
there's a lot of hive mind
First of
over
all,
here sometimes.
no, first of all,
I get confused.
I
But
was literally having my own conversation.
He goes a little bit too far to where I'm like, okay, I don't agree with that part. I like how you started.
But you and
The
look,
beginning was cool.
and maybe that's how everybody gets confused because he says I don't agree with that part. But I was just saying, like, all right, you got to understand, right? You're a man.
An Indian man.
You're a
start
man.
there.
Let's just boom. That answered a lot of questions that we're having right now. Like, you're a man. So in terms of like you getting yourself in situations, you putting yourself in predicaments in circumstances around people where, you know, you hope they respect you, that's on you. That's literally all on you. That's
Well, it's on you that they
it's-
don't
it's-
respect you?
I'm
Or
saying
it's
it's
on you
on
that
you
you-
to
you're
surround
in
yourself by
with people that respect
it's on you to surround yourself by people that respect you and that people that care for you and people that want to see you grow and vice versa for you to be around people that you want to see them grow and vice versa. So it's
but
like
do you give any credence to like
a bad
you
contract
don't-
that you signed?
Not necessarily bad contract, but you don't know how you're going to be appreciated until, you know, you're getting treated like shit. Like time has to go by.
Yes.
When he went to Rory and Mal, there wasn't like an immediate. And even if there was, you can't even just judge it based off that first impression because you never know.
There was an immediate.
It's not guaranteed that niggas is going to disrespect you.
There was an immediate situation. It wasn't like disrespect towards him, but like they didn't say anything about their position. They just lowered Damaris' pay and had this nigga in her seat with no explanation.
And so you think that's a
of
telltale sign of an unprofessional environment, so there's no point in leaving memos.
there's
CCing
that is a
niggas.
telltale of an unprofessional environment, and not that you need
They're
to.
opening up their thoughts now. See, I had to fight for that though.
What are you talking about?
You didn't.
Y'all working it out. I'm just letting y'all work.
I've been saying this stuff. What is wrong with you? I be saying this.
They don't be
y'all
listening,
niggas
dog.
be
They don't-
crazy,
they
bro.
don't listen,
I be
dog.
saying the same shit the whole time, and it's like
Nobody's changed though. They just understand. it
fuck
more.
you, nigga.
Nah, hold on.
'Cause
Nigga,
you started
don't
this.
loop me
Hold
with
on.
them. I've understood.
You messed that up.
The whole time. We've agreed on some parts, but I think they,
okay,
simple
okay. I got you.
Like
But look,
to make shit simpler.
Anyway, back to the point of that. It's not a telltale sign. Well, it is a telltale sign of an unprofessional work environment. But what was the second thing you said? It is also a telltale.
Why is he wrong?
It is also a telltale sign that, if they're unprofessional with themselves, nigga, then what are you?
But
what I mean?
the mentality that you're coming from with how you approaching this thing. This was your business.
weak.
You would end up losing all your employees, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
like
you'd
the way
be
that you're
adding
I
operating.
was in Rory and Mal's position.
Right, because if you're I'm saying you're them.
Oh, yeah, I
I'm
see
saying
what
you're
you-
them.
yeah.
So you're not actively doing things to make your business better. You're bringing somebody in to make your business better. Okay, the
For
person,
you.
the person's coming in to do that for you. You're not encouraging that. You're not incentivizing that. You're not. And then they're doing all this work and they're not seeing you do any work. Why is that person going to stay with your business? And how's your business going to grow?
And I'm saying that. So we agree, because I'm saying that Julian is a fool for being around that
long.
and assuming that something was going to change,
Okay.
as in emails, as in fucking meetings. Like
We gotta try it.
it's all a little childish. So I'm saying, like, all right, if you want to sit in a dirty pamper for a long time and just like wash the rest of your body hoping that you're going to be clean, that's cool. But your ass is still dirty. Like, you're still sitting in shit. Nothing's changed. So for you to be in that position for a long time, I am saying it is his fucking fault. Now, that doesn't take away everything that Rory and Mal done. No, but we also can't like this nigga's
How long?
kind of,
How long is a long time though? Because like, all right, couple weeks go by, a couple months.
I've
You
worked
start
at a
to-
job for 2 weeks. And the only reason why it was 2 weeks is because the first week I was driving with another nigga in
You
my
was
FedEx
soft
car.
though. That's different.
No.
You couldn't survive that
But
kind of job.
I'm giving you an example of me. I don't know about their lives, but of me knowing what I need, assessing my situation, and moving forward and moving correctly.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I
But
stayed there for the first day I drove by myself, I was like, yeah, bro, this is just not for me. Like, something's gonna happen.
But you can't compare not being built to sling packages out of a truck all day to a nigga coming in for a pretty formal job, wanting to go through the real legal ways of getting shit done and then asking for a raise and then have that shit not happening there. Those are two completely different things.
He
Though.
asked for a raise.
Yeah.
How I wish he would have told how he asked for the raise. I would have loved to see that. I don't know if it
Covered it before, but I don't know if they ever like divulged if it was like an email or a conversation. I can't remember.
And it was
but when
probably
he
just a
first
handshake. It was
when he
probably a
first
fucking
left
email.
though, but when he first left though, that was definitely like topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Like he asked for more money essentially, or maybe everybody was assuming that, and then at some point somebody confirmed that it was true.
Yeah, and AJ, you're a big guy, no pun intended, on like just respecting what you sign. Like there's no such thing as a bad deal, just a bad signature that you use for a dumb reason.
No, there's bad deals.
Yes, but you sign them.
Yeah.
You sign them.
Yeah.
And you'll shut up.
There's no
Yeah, until my time is done, essentially. Like, yeah.
you sign them.
Right.
And I think that's very important. Like in all cases, in all situations like this, even though I do believe Rory and Mal should take all heat with no whatever for this.
We put a lot of heat on Julian in this clip.
because I don't want to take away his insolence and his ignorance of what he was going through. Because that's how you, because he's not the victim he thinks he is.
Gotcha.
I want to get that out the way.
Okay.
Then that's my whole thing. Like, you're not some like damsel in distress.
Right.
Like, no, you saw signs. You saw when they was beefing with Joe. What was that situation when, that was after he had left. He had like talked to Joe Budden and shit.
Oh,
but
even
even with that,
shit.
like,
But
you saw how they would talk shit about Joe, but if they would tell you to not bring him up, like
Right.
just little hoe
Like
shit,
off the scene.
off
Yeah,
the
yeah,
scenes,
right,
and
right.
little things,
The whole shit, yeah.
whole shit,
Yeah.
And
So
because
how long do you let something slide?
I don't know, dog. Like
How long?
I-
Because and how long was this tenure with Rory and Mal?
2-3 years.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, but I'm thinking 2-3 years at least.
Yeah, and what's wrong
Yeah.
with trying to better something over and over? Like, what's wrong with like, I have belief in this product. We can make something here. We can do this. Let's continue to try. And
When
do
you-
something
Before I
with this.
completely give
Before
up
I
on it.
completely
That
I
give up.
don't. I don't want to
effort,
live.
Lauren.
I don't want to live in hindsight. But when you see this could be your future.
But you can always see things like that.
Yeah,
like,
but this could always happen.
This can always
even
happen.
the best situation.
This can always happen.
Something can happen. It could go left. Like,
Yeah.
and it could be a good situation for 10 years. It could be like just like how niggas like when people were going through like massive layoffs in like 2007 and 8. They have been
Something
working
always
at their jobs for like 20 years, like fresh out of college. It was their only job.
You have
Motherfuckers
disagreements.
lose
You
their
have
pensions.
arguments. You have disagreements and arguments all the time. But we're committed to building one thing, right?
Yes.
So
you're
then that's what you do.
But in terms of like us, you've shown me your commitment. F-Mac shown me his commitment. You've shown me your commitment. We've all shown each other the commitment. Julian wasn't getting that back on the back end from them. It was just a one-way street. You wouldn't like, let's just say, Rory and Mal.
I don't
We're
think
also assuming it's all bad. And in most of these situations, it's not all bad. There's a slither of, okay, then it might be the way I'm viewing it. Because didn't he say that there was like some kind of birthday celebration? It was something that they did for him that kind of kept him going for another couple of months.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Seeing somebody's
some
dedication,
sort of approval.
Not people are not always on. Like I feel like I'm not always on all year. Like you know what I mean. Like to where like you might see their level of dedication for a strong 6 months, but then it like goes ghost for 2 months. Like not sometimes you don't see people's dedication like consistently either. Yeah. So that like a birthday will rejuvenate you. Like something nice happening for you will rejuvenate you. Just like when you're stringing a bitch along. You know what I'm saying? Like. It might be like
I like the way you just tiptoed that in.
it might like it's not everything she wants, but you just
just
dropping
like
little you just dropping little things just to keep her going for a couple
Give a little crumbs.
Yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Hansel and Gretel, bitch.
Yeah, essentially.
Is that
yeah.
the bread?
Hansel and
That's the bread.
It is Hansel and
Yeah,
Gretel.
that's the
Yeah,
bread.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But look, yes, it's just like that, nigga. It's just like leading a bitch on.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think that we can't be looking at him trying to coddle this nigga fully.
I feel that.
Even though, and I don't want to sound like, I'm just playing both sides, but even though Rory and Mal should get some heat for this, because it's like they treated him poorly.
They also probably
who
didn't
should
like
get
it.
more heat?
As a man,
I mean, they're all dudes.
Julian.
Right, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
really
Julian.
Likability plays into this too. They might not have liked him that much either.
You gotta hate yourself before you hate anybody else, because a lot of problems come from you not seeing shit.
Yeah.
So he should stop trying to hate Rory and Mal, hate himself for a little bit, and just see how that feels for being so stupid.
probably bad. And you think that leads to like self-love?
It
Like,
leads-
is that the hero's journey?
It leads to acceptance of your situation.
and then after acceptance, you can love.
Because it's like a lot of times you're not mad at other people. You're mad at what you believed and what they would do, or how you would have,
You mad
shit
at the
like that.
narrative or like the story that you constructed. Like
Hell
whatever
yeah.
story you tell yourself in your head about what's going on. That's what you hate.
Yeah.
You just using them niggas as characters. Boom.
I like it.